Hi, welcome to another episode of Que Pasa New York? What's up, New York? Laura Rosado reporting with you today from the Puerto Rican restaurant, Barrio Bronx, located at 3764 East Truman Avenue in the Thorax Neck section of the Bronx. Whereby today I have a very, very special guest, the golden voice of music. He started off as a little boy singing in festivals with Celia Cruz, Tito Puente. In his teen years, he started singing with Terror Squad, Big Pun and Fat Joe, and now he's in New York promoting his new single, El Real. My guest is the golden voice of music, Tony Sunshine. Tony Sunshine.
Dímelo.
Tell us who is Tony Sunshine.
El Real.
El de Real.
El Real, bebé.
Where's Tony Sunshine from?
I'm from New York.
New York. So how was it being raised in New York?
Very cultured.
Very cultured.
Very cultured. You know, I'm from the Bronx. Yo soy del Bronx, donde hay mucha cultura, mucha gente.
And how was it in the Bronx when you were coming up in the Bronx?
Diverse.
Okay.
Very diverse. Very crowded.
So you have a new song out,
Yep.
Spanish song at that, called El Real.
Yep.
You're promoting it now, you're on tour. Can you please tell me and us a little bit more about your song El Real?
El Real es una canción de un hombre que fue herido por una mujer y él piensa que la mujer falló en pensar que él no iba a subir otra vez.
So why did you name it El Real?
Well, when the whole idea came together and we started putting the lyrics together, my partner and I, Mr. Vla, the more we listened to the song, we felt like, you know, it was coming from a real place. It was coming from a real place of value when a man speaks to a woman and he's expressing himself. So los dos nos ponimos de acuerdo que El Real era el mejor nombre para la canción.
So do you write your own songs, Tony?
Usually I do, but you know, I have a writing partner again, Mr. Vla. He's also one of my main producers, and you know, whenever I get writer's block or whenever I feel like I can't come up with the right lyric, you know, I trust in him to give me something that's really amazing.
So as a matter of fact, you just touched on something, a question that I was going to ask you. Do you get creative's block? So when you do come across getting a creative block, many times, how long does it take you? Do you normally call your partner, or do you just go back into the flow and just try to come up with?
Well, I think every creative genius, so to speak, not saying I'm a genius, but I'm saying every creative genius every now and then gets writer's block. And so it's very important to have someone you can call and trust on to open up your mind again.
So I know that you've been wanting to do something in Spanish for a while already. What now inspired you and motivated you to want to do and just push this project through?
So if you don't know, and a lot of people don't, you probably do know, I started my career off very young, from the age of like 6 and up, singing salsa and bolero, and at that age I got to sing with people like Celia Cruz and Tito Puente, Eddie Santiago in the 116 festivals, 4th of July. I got invited by a man named Rafi Sabatel, who passed away 2 years ago of COVID, and he's the brother of the legendary Jimmy Sabatel. And through him, I learned a lot about the salsa community and singing boleros and stuff like that. But due to the trials and tribulations and the adversities that life brings you when you're young at that age, living in New York and in the Bronx in the 80s, you know, me and my family went through so many things where we lost contact with those people. And I landed in Forest Projects at the age of, I think was 11, 1990. And then when I landed in Forest Projects, I was introduced to hip hop and R&B, and I fell in love with that sound. And it's not that I forgot about my culture and where I came from, is that I fell in love with a brand new sound, and plus it was the main sound. It was what everybody was listening to, so it kind of drowned out what I was doing, and I fell in love with that, and I stood focused on that. But in the back of my mind, I always had love for my roots, and I always knew that one day I would come back to doing what I love. And so I feel like timing is everything.
So as a little boy, you were singing in festivals for Celia Cruz, Tito Puente. You might have been like 6, 7, 8 years old. How was that feeling, singing with these big name people?
I was a little ham. You know, I loved what I was doing. So I remember feeling and knowing that this was what I was gonna do for the rest of my life. It's not like now when you get older, you learn the difference between what's right, wrong, and you become self-conscious and you focus on certain things. At that age, the world is yours. So I was a ham. I was happy to be on stage. I was in love with what I was doing, and I was just doing it.
So what motivates, like El Real, what inspires you to write that song? When you're writing, what's motivating you? Because I know you put in a lot of emotion and feeling into
Right.
your music, your songs.
Right. Well, as a creative writer, right, not every song that I write or every song that I sing has to do with a situation that transpired in my life. I could just be having a conversation with you or with the cameraman or with Edie from Orchard Beach, right? And you know, we could just be having a conversation, or she could just be expressing yourself. You could just be expressing yourself, and a light bulb could light up in my brain. And I just want to take that concept and write a song about it. So, you know, when you're in the studio and you just shooting the shit, so many different ideas come to mind. And, you know, as a writer, you just write down your thought process and certain songs come along.
So do you sing in a shower?
I sing everywhere. I sing everywhere,
So,
yeah.
all right, so for example, if you're singing in a shower, let's say, what songs is it? You're singing in Spanish, you're singing in English, what are you singing?
It could be anything. It could be This Little Light of Mine, I don't know. It could be Rubber Ducky in the Tub.
Rubber Ducky in the Tub, okay.
Yeah, uno no sabe.
So what inspires Tony Sunshine to do what he does as far in the music?
As far as what, though?
When you're writing and you're doing something, what inspires you? What motivates you? What inspired you or motivated you to become like Tony Sunshine, the artist?
I'm self-motivated. I wake up out of the bed motivated. I wake up every day ready to take over the world and conquer, you know, what I have in front of me. So I'm motivated by everything and anything.
So you also have collaborated in the English with a lot of big names.
Right.
Is there someone now, an artist now, that you have not collaborated with?
In the English market or
in
the Spanish
no,
market?
the English market that you would like to collaborate with.
I would like to collaborate with Adam Levine, Babyface.
And in the Spanish?
In the Spanish market, there's so many people that I would like to collaborate with, but Mark Anthony would be a dream. You know, that's one of my main idols. He's like, you know, if I don't fear too many people when it comes to singing. When it comes to vocally putting it out there, I don't fear nobody. I'm pretty confident and sure of my performance and what I do, and I'm very well aware of my talent. But if I would say that I feared anyone, it would be Mark, because his vocals are just so precise and impeccable. The texture in his vocals are just so amazing that, you know. So it would be a dream to go head to head with him on the record.
Then I guess that would, my other question would be, who would you like to open for? If somebody were to ask you to open up for them, let's say, for example, MSG, would be Mark Anthony's.
200%.
Okay, so
200%.
any secret projects or any projects you have upcoming that you could let us in on?
Well, right now I'm just focused on this Spanish project. You know, I have the whole album ready to go. We have El Real. Probably in 2 to 3 weeks from now, I'll follow up with my second single, then my third, followed by the album. And then I have a whole second project ready to go after that so we can keep the ball rolling. In the process, I'm working on my documentary, probably my autobiography, because a lot of people don't know my story and where I come from and how I came about and things like that. And the trials and tribulations behind the scene, all people see is the glory. They don't know, you know, what it takes to become who you become and all the things it takes to maintain that. You know what I mean?
So this documentary, is it being filmed now, or is this something that's approaching, that's coming out?
Well, hey, we have so much footage. We have so much footage, and you know, 2.5 years ago, my mom passed away. I lost my mom 3 days before Christmas, and so she was a very special person in my life, my #1 fan. Ella tenía una cosa que yo le preguntaba por unos retratos o un video o algo y me decía que no lo tenía. And she wanted to hold it for herself. She was like a hoarder, and she just wanted to protect it and hold it, and it was hers, 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 and only hers, and whatever. And so, you know, my mom passed away, and when she did, we discovered that she held on to so many pictures and videos and photos and things that can be instrumental on putting out an amazing documentary on Tony Sunshine. So we have so much, but I don't feel like right now is the time because I still have so much to do and so much to give that I want to be able to make a well-rounded documentary. So we still holding off on it.
So I follow you on IG, and I know that, you know, you do a lot of lives, and you have a lot of negativity as far as people commenting. So how do you handle those ugly trolls?
I don't pay it no mind. I don't indulge. You know, I try to focus on the people that are speaking positivity, and my slogan is always positive vibes. And when I jump on my live, is to inspire, you know, and not push the negativity line. And I also do it understanding that in real life, I'm not the person you want to play with anyway. I'm not the guy you want to really speak to in that manner. So I take it as it's just social media, and everybody's speaking their mind, and everybody has their opinions, and it is what it is.
So if you were not singing, Tony Sunshine was not singing, what would Tony Cruz be doing now as an occupation?
I'd probably be in the gym. I'd probably be, you know, shadow boxing or training boxing, in the gym, probably be in the sauna, hot tub or something, minding my business.
So I know you, but can you let them know? Is there something about Tony Sunshine that nobody knows, you know? That
I'm pretty much an open book. What you see is what you get. There's no lying to me. I'm a happy-go-lucky, goofy individual. I have two sides of me. You know, I could be bipolar sometimes. Sometimes you can get the quiet to himself, shut down Tony, or sometimes you can get the wild and crazy Tone Sunshine. It depends on the day. But pretty much I'm an open book. What you see is what you get. What you see on Instagram, what you see on my lives is who I really am in real life. What you hear in my music, how I perceive myself on social media is who I really am in real life.
any advice you want to give to anyone, any new up-and-coming artists?
Yeah, just study your craft. Get more involved in your career. Pay attention. Learn how to read contracts. And stay positive. Stay positive. Nothing happens overnight. Everybody, wants things to happen overnight. Just because you're talented and just because you know how to sing or you know somebody who knows somebody doesn't mean that it's automatically going to happen for you overnight. Sometimes things take 10, 15, even 20 years. I've been doing this for over almost close to 27 years professionally. And I'm still working, you know what I mean? But that's okay as long as I'm still involved and as long as I still have a chance and as long as I'm still feeding my family the way I do, it's okay. Things take time. But ultimately, learn your craft.
You have the song out. What's the next song after El Real? And
We have so many records, right? So I have 2 or 3 in mind for the next single, and we're all just sitting at the round table and paying attention to how people are reacting to El Real, because me, I like to focus on the ladies, right? And that's my talent, is being able to sing and making women happy and just bringing light into their life, and that's what I love to do. But the DJs continuously tell me that this is great and they need party records and they need club records. And so we're just trying to see which avenue I'm gonna take. I might drop 2 singles at the same time, one for the ladies, one for the club. We're in the process of picking one.
And have you considered doing like a full salsa album? Just
Definitely.
you want to do it?
Definitely. It's gonna happen.
Okay.
200%.
Soon.
Well, like I said, I have this project that I worked on. Son 13 canciones. Y son 13 canciones que son diferentes. Ninguna canción suena lo mismo que la otra. Son diferentes cada una. And it was very important for me to make a well-rounded album. So this album doesn't just have reggaeton or dembow or, it has everything from Spanish pop to reggaeton to dembow to bachata to everything, and so that's my thing, giving people a mesh of who Tony Sunshine is on one project. The second project, the same. It's just showing my versatility and my artistry on one project.
So for your fans, if they want to listen to El Real, let them know what platforms they can listen to it.
You got Apple Music, you got Spotify, you got Tidal. It's on your favorite streaming platform. Whatever your favorite streaming platform is, tu favorita plataforma principal, ahí se puede ir y oír la canción El Real.
Your social media handles?
I am Tony Sunshine on Instagram, Tony Sunshine BX on Facebook, right? Tony Sunshine BX on Twitter, and Facebook is I am Tony Sunshine.
So to wrap up, I would absolutely love for you to sing a little something from El Real, okay, for us.
Yeah, you put me on the spot.
Just say it, you could do it.
No fui yo que cambió, la que cambiaste eres tú. No fue el dinero ni la prenda. That's it.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I want to thank you for accompanying me here and the show today.
Many blessings.
I love you to death. And
Thank
you
you
very much for being here with me at Barrio
Bless.
Bronx.
Bless.
And
BX,
sitting here
South
with
Bronx, all day, todos los días, every day, no importa como lo cortes, how you slice it, BX, baby.
Hasta la próxima.
Baby.